Okay, so I'll be in Florida for 6 days. It snowed today, which is unbelievable. Coldest weather ever recorded, I believe. I mean, it's never snowed anywhere near this late in the year. Um, I'm only going to take one camera and one lens with me to Florida. How you like the lens case I made? Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? It's all leather. I made that totally by hand. Isn't that cute? This definitely reaches my top 5 lenses of all time now. I love the built-in lens hood on this. Isn't that sexy? Smooth as butter. The 40mm, and this is really small. This is the adapter down here. This is the Leica M mount. The 40mm f1.2. Amazingly enough, I'm probably only one of like 5 guys, or probably less, that are using this on a Fujifilm. They only make it in 2 mounts currently, a Leica M mount and a Sony mount. This is a full-frame lens. Man, isn't this a small lens? This is just silk, sex, and sugar. Pure perfection. Absolutely the cat's ass, the bee's knees. Incredible bokeh, incredible saturation, incredible micro contrast, sharp as piss, absolutely crotch melting, finer than the wax crotch of a Swedish supermodel. Just make your tongue beat your brains out. Awesome. Top 5. There are magic focal lengths in zooms. They are really... We've only perfected wide-angle lenses recently. The magic focal lengths are 35 to 40 millimeters, basically a 35 millimeter. 60 millimeter, the 85, the 100 to 105, the 180 to 200, and the 300 millimeter. They go a little higher than that. And they go down lower than that really, but wides are where lenses get really complicated. Good ones do. They've got so much glass in them. That's not to say I don't love Nikon wide-angle primes like their 24 18G or 14G or 20 millimeter, but those are the magic focals. Really they are, if you reduce them down even further, they're 35 millimeter. I left out one just a second ago. Not the 50 millimeter, which there's a billion 50 millimeter lenses out there. 35 millimeter, 55 to 58. Take your pick. They're both one and the same. 55, 58. So 35, 55, 58. 85 millimeter, 100 to 105, 180 to 200, and 300 millimeter. Those are the magic prime focals. Really, I think I could say, and it depends on what you need it for, because zooms are incredibly important, but I mean, my top 5 favorite lenses would be like in no particular order. 58 millimeter 1.4 Voigtlander Noctune, this 40 millimeter 1.2, the Zeiss 35 millimeter f2 Distagon, the 105 millimeter f2 DC Nikkor. The Tachyna can be jumped in there, but literally though, the 105 f2 DC Nikkor. I mean, for people, oh my god. Just for people or animals, the 105. You could, with a speed light and a good camera and that lens, you can make money and set yourself up with retirement. And the 300 millimeter 2.8. So that's actually, doesn't matter which 300, 2.8. They're all pretty much the same optical formula. So that's my pick for top 5 lenses of all time. For Fujifilm, actually my top picks are the 16 millimeter 1.4, the 35 millimeter 1.4, the 80 millimeter 2.8, best macro lens on planet Earth, and I own the most expensive ones. And the 50 to 140. Those are my top 4 Fujifilm lenses. So 16, 35, 1.4, 80, 2.8 macro, and the 50 to 140, which is a zoom lens. Yeah, I know. I know. It's a zoom lens. It's still my top 4. There are lenses out there, it's like, well, if you could have one lens that's just glued to your camera, you know, you're just going to rivet it on your camera, it's never going to come off. This would be top 3. The problem with this lens is, by the way, you can get it from CameraQuest cheaper than anybody, and they're the actual official importer for Voigtlander. Is the Sony version of this lens is $1,100, but the Leica M mount is $900. So it's a really expensive lens, but oh my god, I just want to have sex with this lens. It's a lot bigger due to this lens hood. and this mount, literally, and it's a 1.2. It's a 40 millimeter 1.2. Check the Flickr page for it. Wow. This is a lens that I actually have an emotional attachment with. I don't care what you think of me, but you could ask some of like the best photographers on earth, and they'll tell you. There's 2 or 3 lenses that they have like an emotional attachment to. And this would be that one for me. I'm only taking one lens, and it's a manual focus lens with me to Florida. I'm going to take my XT2. Why not my XH1? Because the XT2 is a lot smaller, and I want to pack really, really light. And so I'm bringing the XT2. And I forgot to drop insurance on my XH1. So I'll do that when I get home. So I don't have insurance on my XH1 in case it gets lost or stolen. So my XT2 is insured though. And it's only 6 days. So I'm only taking this one lens, a speed light, and wireless trigger, the Godox speed light, actually 685 and X-Pro trigger, and this lens. Yep. But those are the magic focal lengths. Nobody else will make a video on the magic focal lengths. That is what they are. 35, 55, 58, 85 millimeter, 100 to 105. All the 100 to 105s, unless it's a really crappy lens. Those are the magic focals. Then the 180, 200, and then 300 millimeter. Those are the magic focal lengths. You would think I would say 50, because there's a billion 50s out there, and there's a lot of... 50 millimeter is not a magic focal length. Well, I got the best 50 in the world. No. 35 millimeter, 55, 50. Like I said, if it's a good lens, that's not saying there aren't a couple, and there's literally not many. There's like 55 and 58 millimeter are always better than 58 millimeter. They are. The bokeh's better. Everything is better about 55 and 58 millimeter lenses over 50s. It's like, that's your opinion. It's like, no, in this case it's not. That's the truth, actually. I love it when people think everything's your opinion. Hey, it's just your opinion. What, the sun rising up in the east is my opinion? No, that's a fact. No, that's your opinion. It's like arguing religion with somebody, which is always a really dumb idea. It's because it doesn't matter what the truth is. Well, that's your truth, that's not my truth. Okay, why don't you stick some cork in your ears and bury your head in the sand? I am flying to Florida tomorrow. Today it was snowing for 5 hours. Tomorrow I will be in the crotch melting 88-degree weather. Yeah, with the gators, the alligators in the backyard. Well, in the ditch anyway, not in the backyard. My little orange tree in the backyard. Pineapple growing on the side of the house. Yeah. Well, I got some really cheap flight tickets down there. It's only 6 days. It's only 6 days. I'm not paying for the trip either, so... because I don't have the money for it. That's the only reason I'm going. Yep. It's like, what is he doing now? This is the end of the video. Don't worry, I will edit this out later. You won't have to look at this. I like when people look at the end of the video. It's like, the video's over. Why are you still watching? I don't know. Why are you still making the video? The video's over. Well, and why are you still watching? Yep, this is the one lens. Not the one lens, but one of 3 lenses is like, you can permanently epoxy this to the front of my camera and I'll be happy. Oh my God, this lens. That's the smell of dead cow, actually. That's the leather case I'm smelling, but... it's that good. How good is it? It's that good. Goodbye.